welcome to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here today with a pick a card reading for you. Today's topic is all about a person on your mind that perhaps you're in no contact with, or maybe you've just been waiting for this person to make some sort of move towards you. And today we're going to ask Spirit about their current feelings and intentions, and we're going to ask Spirit whether you should wait or move on from this connection and what you can expect moving forward. We do have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the Chariot. This is the tattoo tarot that I'm using for the headers today. Pile number 2 with the Lovers, and pile number 3 with the Temperance. Now I would like to welcome back my returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your beautiful comments. Thank you for your support here on this channel. I welcome you back, and I ask you to please drop your comments below for your chance to win a free reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell. If you are chosen the winner, I will notify you in the comments section. And I'll give you clear indications on how to reach out to me for your free reading via some of the links that I post underneath my readings. So be sure to not get scammed by anyone posing as the Tarot Cottage, because I will never send unsolicited DMs to any account on Instagram, on YouTube, or anything like that. So be sure to protect yourself. And if you have stumbled across the channel for the very first time, we would love to have you join our beautiful soul family here by subscribing to the channel, hitting your notification bell. And I do offer a chance to win a free tarot reading for my subscribers as a thank you. And all you have to do is drop your comment below any of my readings this month for your chance to win. And the notification bell is very important so that you are notified if you are chosen, and we can get the ball rolling. But for today's topic, we're asking about the current connection on your mind. Should you wait for this connection, or should you move on? And what can you expect moving forward in your love cycle? Pile 1, pile 2, pile number 3. And I'm going to jump into pile number 1, and my timestamps are listed below. Pile 1, you were attracted to the Chariot energy, Cancer energy, and this is your reading. What can you expect out of this connection? Should you wait or should you move on? What can you expect moving forward in your love life, depending on the decision that you make here? Now, the Chariot is momentum, it's a movement. You may be getting very restless. Maybe you've been kind of pulled back and forth. Maybe you have other options in this moment. There's just a lot of movement associated with the Chariot, but also some decisions and choices that have to be made, perhaps for you or perhaps for this person coming forward. This could be a good indication of movement that could be coming in this connection, or it could be a good indication of where you want to see this movement go for the connection. So we're starting with the 4 of Swords here with the traditional Rider-Waite. How does this person currently feel? What are their intentions? What actions will they take towards pile number 1? We have the 7 of Cups and the Moon. Very strong water element here. Scorpio, Cancer, Page of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. And I'm almost getting a sense of like grief mixed with a little bit of curiosity, because you could have some overlap here where you have something else you want to explore, and you're on the fence about which pathway you want to hold space for in this moment. I also feel like perhaps this person might be distracting themselves and procrastinating a little bit here when it comes to this connection moving forward overall. Spirit is indicating that this person might have some options in this moment when it comes to love, when it comes to opportunities. And there's kind of a reality surrounding this person that does sting a little bit in relation to you and relation to the opportunity that you feel with this person, because I feel like you're really attracted to them. I feel like you feel a connection to them, but we're also perhaps getting ourselves sucked into a bit of a karmic loop that this person is creating for themselves. This person might be a creature of habit, so to speak. They may be stuck in a certain habitual way of behaving, or the way that they react to others might be very habitual. The Spirit is indicating that when it comes to communication, I feel like there's going to be further communication between the 2 of you moving into the future. So they do want to indicate that there is more to come with this connection. There's going to be more communication between the 2 of you. But there could still be a few challenges in the same breath associated with the next chapter of this connection. I almost feel like this person's a little bit defensive about the opportunity that is presented here with you, because you're not just any exploration. You could be the opportunity for this person to ascend, to create something abundant for themselves. And it doesn't matter what type of change we're facing. It can always be a little bit scary. And this Chariot is momentum. As I said, it wants to charge forward. But it's also, you can see the horse is hesitating. One of them is hesitating. There's insecurity about taking this big leap. And when we're dealing with the Chariot, a major arcanic theme, when we're dealing with the moon, when we're dealing with the death energy, this is a change in our life that could lead to so much more than what we first anticipated in the beginning of this connection. I don't feel like this person anticipated the opportunity that you represent, if I'm honest. They may have been someone who is just focused on instant gratification and fire. We have the Sun. So the good news is that you're going to have more clarity coming in. You could be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini here as well. We have the Seven of Swords and the King of Wands coming out with that energy. So the good news is that there's further communication for you, that this connection isn't over. So if that was a concern for your heart space, or if you're worried that this person wouldn't reach out to you again, Spirit says that's not the case. They are going to reach out to you again. I do feel like at this point there's so much procrastination that they're almost worried about how you're going to receive them. Because there's been lengthy delays, they're a little bit intimidated by the Divine Feminine in this moment, and it's allowing them to continue to procrastinate, because it's like they're putting off the gavel, or they're putting off the they're putting off the judgment that they feel like could be waiting for them. Now, they are emphasizing here for the Divine Feminine with the Seven of Swords and the King of Wands. They say that this person has the ability to sweet talk, or they have the ability to distract you, or they have the ability to keep your focus away from discernment. Maybe they have a lot of charisma. They're a really sweet talker. So they're encouraging you to make sure that you're trusting in your intuition in this next chapter that this connection holds, so that you're being honest with yourself. And they're encouraging honesty towards this person about, what you're feeling, what you are experiencing perhaps in the delay. We have the Nine of Swords with the Nine of Swords, because I almost feel like the two of you are both nervous. The two of you are both worried about what the next chapter holds, but for very different reasons. We also have the Lovers coming in the reversal here, and we have the Temperance. And we have the Moon. And here's the Star of Aquarius, and you can see that it's like a comet coming down to Earth. It's not shooting, it's coming down to Earth in this moment. So Spirit is indicating for you, Pile 1, that this connection is not over. Now, the question that we started with for Spirit was, should we wait or should we move on from this connection? And Spirit does indicate that you do have a very important decision to make regarding this person and regarding your connection moving forward. But you're going to get to make that choice, because the person's going to come forward with information. You're going to start communicating again. In order for them to add a little bit of fuel to the decision that you have to make here, they are indicating that a relationship and moving into a mutually supportive relationship with this person in the distant future is going to be a challenge. It's not insurmountable, but it's going to require determination. And with this Lovers in the reverse, sometimes we're not looking at things from every angle, as I said, because they have the ability to distract us, or they have the ability to have us drop our boundaries a little bit. It's like this person has the capacity or the energy surrounding them that we let our boundaries go. We hold our reserves as long as we can, but then we let our boundaries sort of loosen up around them. And so Spirit is seeing that as an aspect of our character that maybe we need to work upon. We need to gain mastery over that, and our focus and our resolve. So you have big decisions to make in the future of this connection. And let's get an indication as to when these decisions are going to be coming in, please. When can pile number 1 expect communication if it's not already present here? I feel like for some, you're not in complete disconnect. I don't feel like there's a lack of communication completely, but there's a lack of clarity and a lot of confusion, and a lot of maybe flowery language that they dance around in order to create the confusion. We do have the Queen of Pentacles. We do have the Knight of Pentacles and the Fool. They are indicating too that moving into the future, when you have this decision to make, and Spirit will give you their sort of swing on things. They're going to give you their indication of which path they would take, but of course they're going to follow you down whatever path you choose, because they want to help you to gain mastery over things that you need to gain mastery over, and they want to help your movement forward. They're indicating that the two of you are sort of on different wavelengths right now. And it could be that I feel like the Divine Feminine is much more mature. This could be an age discrepancy, but they're talking about an emotional age discrepancy here. And for some watching, this communication may take some time to come in. But they are giving me an indication of the next 4 to 6 months when you are going to have more communication or more opportunity to make a decision. They are indicating that for someone watching, it's going to be beyond that 4-month mark that you hear from this person, or that there's any type of real emotional communication between the two of you, and you may feel ignored or overlooked for that period of time. And they're encouraging you to embrace the in-between and embrace your independence during this period of time. You could have something new to explore. And they are indicating that time's not going to wait for this person to make the decision to come forward, that you may actually have an overlap, as we talked about in the beginning of your reading, about the communication and the opportunity with this person and a new opportunity to explore. And Spirit says that they want you to go ahead and explore that if you feel called to. They don't want you to ignore good things because you're so focused on this connection. That's why they say this person has the ability to steal your focus and monopolize it. But your focus may require a little bit of a detour down something new within the next 4 months that could pop in for you. But I do feel like there will be reunions in the future of this connection. So let's ask Spirit, should you wait or move on from this connection? They definitely don't want you to wait in the in-between. This new exploration that's going to pop up for you, they're encouraging you to embrace that. We have the Empress. We have the Ace of Wands. I just heard take the bait. We have the Two of Swords. And we have the Seven of Swords. But that's the Nine of Swords. As I said, you are going to have a bait, or you're going to have a lure that is going to come forward in the next 4 months or so. It's trying to lure you out of a comfort zone connected to this person. And so the Spirit says, take the bait. Now, this brings you to a crossroads, but immediately when we're at a crossroads, we start looking to the finite, to what we have experienced, to try to fill the unknown with all of that information when we don't have to do that, when we have the infinite possibilities of the unknown available to us. So they are speaking about a new path that you're going to be exploring. And they do want you to take the bait. I keep hearing that, taking the bait. Here's the Queen of Wands and here's the Eight of Cups. With the Five of Cups, it's not that this is it's not that this is a period of time or a situation where we're going to have absolutely no mourning if we do decide to move on. Your guides are saying that you have something in the in-between that's going to pop up, which could encourage you further to walk away from this situation. They are indicating that even in the future of this connection, even after communication opens back up, there will be further delays or further obstacles. They are still saying, though, that you may have a challenge in choosing the new path over this old path. And they only bring forward all of this information to give it to you so that you have it ready and available for when you have to make that discernible decision. If your guides were walking beside you and leading you on, they would probably take the new path and they would probably run down that path just to explore it, because that's something brand new. We may know what to expect with this person because they may have shown us already through a habitual way how they commonly react to connections, how they commonly react to the pressure of new beginnings that the connections bring forward. There's a bit of a defensive energy from this person that may recirculate for you in the future. Still not over. You're still going to be dealing with this person. So your guides just want to give you all of that information. But they say that you may choose to walk away ultimately, because you may be going towards something way more fulfilling, and you may feel way more fulfilled and more balanced in the momentum moving forward. Surprises. Yes, venture down the rabbit hole. What you find may surprise you. It says here, dare to be tender and strongly vulnerable. And so in this moment, it does feel like a risk for you to go down and exploring something else, because you may be telling yourself, well, what if this is my person? And then I go exploring something else, and then they see that and they don't want me anymore. Your guides want you to know with this beautiful Empress that you don't chase, you attract everything. You attract everything abundant. And that the inspirations that are coming down to inspire change are coming in for a reason. So they're encouraging it, they're daring you. They're like, we're daring you to be tender and strongly vulnerable in the next chapter. But you will have important critical decisions to make. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. We have the Ten of Swords reverse coming out, and this is a forgiveness and moving on energy, a clearance, so that we can forge a new plan of actions for our goals. No matter what path you choose to make, Spirit says when the communication opens up for the connection on your mind, some type of adjustment is required. They say that we may be holding unrealistic expectations towards this person because of our attachment to them in this moment, and that it may very much test our strength and our resolve to be able to clear out this cycle. They're showing a lot of Leo energy in the bowl, lots of Leo energy actually, Gemini very present, Cancer, Scorpio very strong as well. Oh, we've got a lot today. We do have here a Christmas present. There could be some communication that does come in around the holidays. We have peace and transition, and they also talk about commitment cycles and moving yourself into commitment cycles in the future. We have the baby shark. I do think of aggression. I think about children, and I think about sort of immature energy coming towards us. We also have the Ten of Swords. I do think of the Ten of Swords with the fishbone in the reverse. It's like the Ten of Swords reverse, of forgiveness, moving forward. We have the Fairy. And we have listening to the notes of intuition. Even if the notes of intuition lead us on a path that challenges us or challenges our heart space, because there is sadness and mourning involved with the transition if you choose to make it. We have the Hammer, persistence. Self-sabotage, though, for this person on your mind. We do have the King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and the letter C. We also have a Five of Diamonds here, the Five of Pentacles. Separation. And perhaps feeling attached to this person, almost using this connection as a bit of a crutch. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. And if it does, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below. And I do update that shop daily, so please keep checking back. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope you come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. Hello, pile number 2, you are drawn to the Lover's card, and this is your reading. Should you wait or move on for the connection on your mind? Now, the Lovers does speak of deep connection. It can also speak of relationships that will be forming perhaps as well. And it also talks about decisions and choices that you will have to make regarding this connection. Or maybe you're in the thick of it in this moment of trying to make a decision. You feel this connection. Is it something worth further exploration? Or is it something that you should move on from at this moment? So let's take a look here. I'm going to use the Paul Tarot for you to start. How does this person currently feel? Should you wait or move on from this connection? What is next? We have the Page of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. So I do feel like keeping those together. We have the King of Pentacles, and we also have the Queen of Cups coming out. This gives me the impression that your heart is very much invested here with this person. As there's like been so much investment with the heart, we've done so much work there. We want to revel in the results. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Three of Cups in the reversal. We have the beautiful Empress. Back of the deck, we do have the King of Swords, and we have the Chariot. And I'm going to clarify as we go forward here. Can we clarify the Four of Swords, please? Should you wait and move on for this connection? Six of Cups. And it's such a challenging decision for you, I feel, as well, pal, too, because of the Six of Cups energy and the nostalgia or the emotion wrapped up in this person. It's like we put this person on a pedestal. And you may feel kind of overlooked in this moment or helpless in this moment as well. Page of Swords. I almost feel like somebody is watching the other person in this moment, but they're also bringing forward information. They're bringing forward like a lesson that this cycle has taught us in this moment. And one of the lessons, which is kind of hard for us to perhaps face or experience right now, is a lack of support in this moment. A lack of information, a lack of clarity, a lack of support from this person. This could be one of the reasons why this person doesn't feel like they can come forward, or there's a lack of progress. There's just a reality here that stings. And I feel like there's a defensive energy coming from the Queen of Cups heart, where she only wants to hear one answer today. She wants to hear that we need to wait for this connection because success is assured us here. We do have the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles as well, with the Wheel of Fortune. And there is a feeling of putting all of our hopes here, putting all of our desires, all of our focus and energy is on this person and on this connection, and this is what we want. This is who we want in this moment. Here with this Ten of Swords. It almost feels a little bit like an obsession energy, and this could be mirrored as well. This person could be feeling some of these feelings for you as well. It feels like a bit of an obsession energy, but it is stealing some of our empowerment. There's a monopoly of the energy that might be stealing our focus and stealing our empowerment. And with the Ten of Swords as a backup deck, it does indicate to us that we have to be perhaps critical or logical about the path moving forward. And we've spent a long time delaying or being delayed in the situation. I feel like maybe you've spent a long time embracing independence, waiting for an opportunity with this person. But for someone watching, there could be children involved in this situation for this person or for you. Like, I feel like there's more complications than meets the eye. And Spirit really wants the focus to be back on the Empress, back on the Divine Feminine. If you are waiting for communication from this person and you're wondering if that's ever going to come in, if there's ever going to be an opportunity to communicate, Spirit is indicating that they almost feel like the Divine Feminine will bring forward the opportunity to communicate. Let me clarify as we go. Should they wait or move on, please, in this connection for pile number 2? We have the Five of Swords. And we have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Death energy. Should we wait or move on? We do have the Two of Cups. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this Wheel of Fortune, we also have the Wheel of Fortune down here with the Seven of Pentacles, and there's the Three of Cups. They aren't necessarily saying that there's not going to be any further communication or connection between the two of you, because as I said, I feel like it's going to be the decision. It comes down to the decision for the Divine Feminine. So if you're waiting to hear from this person, that may be delayed ultimately. If that's what you're waiting for, that communication might be delayed. You might get restless and reach out to them, but you may get a hot or cold response from them in this moment. They're talking about somebody in this connection having to beware of greed and having to be cautious about their actions or communication because they're dealing with conflict and they're afraid of loss. The connection between the two of you forming into a relationship could result in the ending of another connection for a person in this connection. So whether it be them or you, there could be endings that have to bring new beginnings here. And they are indicating here, the Devil with the King of Cups, they're indicating attachment for the divine masculine. And so there could be temptation surrounding you, but there's also obstacles associated with it as well. I feel like there is like almost like a crush situation, or it's like somebody who really, really wants the other person, but they just don't feel like they can. So it doesn't feel like this isn't mutual. I feel like it's very mutual. But the challenges as we move forward may continue to present themselves. And I do feel like there's going to be further communication between the two of you, again, because the divine feminine brings it forward, but there still doesn't take away the inability to commit, or a choice that has to be made. And that choice may not be ours to make. So the divine masculine may have a choice to make when it comes to the future of this connection. And Spirit says it's going to take a long time. I heard 100 years because of the spinning wheel. It's going to take a long time, and impatience is going to set in before we see progress. And when we see the devil here as an attachment, when we're asking Spirit, should we wait or should we move on? The devil does indicate a cycle that maybe isn't good for us in this moment. And this could be indicating what has to shake up for this person in order to create change. If they have to make adjustments in their environment, for instance, or make a new choice, that will indicate that decision as well for them. But Spirit is indicating for you that they don't want you waiting to feel abundant, waiting for this person to offer you that abundance. We already see the Queen of Pentacles here in the first card position, which is so important for me, embracing her independence. So maybe you're already sort of in alignment with that. And they're talking about you exploring a new venture or a new pathway. So let's ask Spirit about what that pathway looks like for you. If you chose to move on, because you will experience lengthy delays, even if you chose to reach out to them, they're still indicating lengthy delays. So if you chose to move on, what is waiting for pile number 2, please? Your guides are encouraging a forgiveness or a moving on cycle, in the very least clearance. But what will be waiting down this new path to explore for pile number 2, please? And you can even notice that the Page of Pentacles here, she's holding on to this crutch or holding on to this cane. There's the shadow here on the floor. And then we also have like the cleared laneways. I often think of the Knight of Pentacles, and they're talking about it taking time to get over. Taking time where we're not going to be thinking about this person. So you may be carrying a lot of this energy forward into a new exploration. You can see that she's holding that opportunity, that communication at sort of an arm's length. It's like they're still impressioned, or they still make an impression upon you. You still feel their energy, perhaps while you're exploring a new path. What is down this new path for pile number 2, please? We have the Chariot, Cancer energy. There's that 5 of Swords. And we have the 10 of Cups. We also have the 6 of Swords here, and we have the Sun coming out as well for you, pile 2. So they are indicating that if you chose to move on, especially in the midst of a delay or an in-between, where you're not experiencing a lot of support at this moment anyway, if you chose to move on, we are going to hit some buyer's remorse. We are going to feel sort of stuck in the in-between of like, I'm exploring something new, but I'm also frustrated. I'm also wondering, it's like I'm carrying baggage, or it's like a chip on my shoulder. I'm carrying that into new opportunities, perhaps. But on the other side of that, hurdle, on the other side of that transition is clarity. Yeah, after we get over the Temperance, it's going to take some time for you to really feel secure and to feel confident about your choice. But we also have so much strength that gets afforded to you after you are able to move yourself out of that stuck cycle, and to kind of put yourself out of the box of your thinking, because they're asking us to look outside the box of what our perspective is about this connection. They're not denying that this could be a twin flame soulmate type of connection, but they are speaking about the purpose that it serves for you and the function it's serving for you in your spiritual experience, and how it could be a transitionary energy that's carrying you to the 10 of Cups. And they say that this person creates a lot of internalized conflict, and they just said, give peace a chance. Give peace a chance. Here's the Temperance, and we also have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Hierophant. They do see you moving into very abundant timelines in love once you move this energy behind you. They see you in commitment cycles. They see you getting married potentially. They just see so much abundance with the Ten of Cups and whatever that represents to you. Sometimes the Ten of Cups represents, you know, a life with a partner where we are traveling the world. Sometimes the Ten of Cups represents a whole family unit. So they are indicating commitment cycles are coming in for you. They are speaking about finding joy in the journey as you go down these commitment cycles as well. And they're even indicating a pretty quick turnaround of, like, for someone watching, within like the next month, you may find something new to explore. Now, your guides, of course, will never force any decision upon you. They bring forward this information and this question to you so that they can help you to make discernible decisions about your future. They are indicating that you may want to explore other options, and you may not want to put all of your expectations towards this person. And the options that you're exploring may take you very, very far towards commitment cycles. They're just encouraging you to give the peace a chance, and that may not be what you have been experiencing up to this point in relation to this person. But they also understand that you may not be 100% ready. There is a defensive energy because this is your person. You feel like this is the person for you. And so there's just a little bit of a request from your guides to look at the connection from every single angle, not just from our place of focus of despair and almost being hyper vigilant in that focus. And they only ask that because they want you to clearly see yourself and what you have to offer. We have the Strength, Leo energy, Death energy, and the Queen of Cups reverse. So the Queen of Cups here, she may not be ready to take that leap of faith and completely leave this behind. And as I said, your guides, they don't get offended if you don't take their advice. They're simply your entourage. They're going to follow you and help you to draw out as many lessons as possible. There is a hesitation to close down the cycle, but your guides are encouraging you to move forward towards something more abundant. We have here a pin that says I volunteer. We also have here a purple guitar pick. I think of acoustics and listening to the notes of intuition. And it's the purple pick, so it really speaks of ascension and stating your sovereignty. We have the letter L and J. We also have a seahorse, and they're talking about surrendering. And this particular seahorse speaks about family energy. So you may be surrendering into family energy and healing and redirection of focus. There's the guitar. Clear canvas, creative accountability. Your life is the canvas. Your guides are going to walk with you no matter what path you choose. They are encouraging you to sleep on it. That's what I just heard, sleep on it. And they're going to be influencing your dreams as well. It's like somebody who's stepping forward to take actions. Like, I feel like the Divine Feminine might have to volunteer communication if you want clear communication from this person, if you choose not to walk away. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading. And I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the Temperance, and this is your reading. Should you wait or should you move on for the connection on your mind? The Temperance does speak about finding joy within the journey. It's a card of imbalance sometimes. It's a call for balance as well. So you may have been waiting perhaps for a while for this person. This could perhaps be an indication of more of a delay or more patience that might be necessary as well. So let's take a look and see. Should you wait or move on from this connection on your mind? What is currently happening? What can they expect in the future of this connection? We do have the Three of Swords here. And I keep hearing that song, London, London, London Bridge goes down. Like, I keep hearing that song. And it looks like 2 towers that are being connected by this bridge. This could indicate 2 sort of parallel lives. There's a big lightning bolt in between. So there's disappointment and there's heartbreak that we're coming from. And it could be because there's there's like this distance between us. I don't feel like any of the situations or any of the problems between the two of you are completely insurmountable. I feel like there's a lot of possibility for growth here, but it does just require standing in a little bit of rain in order to get where we want to get. We do have the King of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Coins. We have the Six of Cups. And I heard that like the delays it stinks. Like it literally stinks. Slow momentum, slow delays. Like and it does because there's a feeling of wanting reunions and careful calculation. I feel like there's some position issues with someone in this connection. It could be mutual, it could be, again, double-sided. They just said, I just heard family issues and careful calculation, a situation in the balance that requires careful handling. And I feel like for you, or for this person, you represent a period where they had so much fun, and they are speaking about how your laughter or what your laugh sounds like. Like they just had so much fun with you that they want to go back to that. Like they want to go back to that time, that place. But their loyalty is being tested. And it's not just being tested towards you, it's being tested to other environments. We also have the Ten of Cups and we have the Knight of Wands. Now let's clarify as we go forward here. What is currently happening in this connection? Should you wait or move on for this? Whoopsie daisy. And there's the Seven of Wands. Again, not insurmountable. The obstacles may be challenging, but it requires determination. We have the Hierophant. They are indicating that for the Divine Masculine, there could be positions of authority that are getting in the way. And this could be, like the Hierophant can rule institutions like education, government, marriage. So that could be their work realm, could be a marriage, for instance, that is causing some delays. But I feel like as much as it stinks for you, I feel like it's very mutual. Both of you are suffering. Both of you want reunions. Both of you miss your friend. There's a feeling about friendship and missing that. Acknowledging that what they've accomplished or what they've invested in pales in comparison to the way that they felt when they were with you. And that was just, it had to reveal itself in this way. They didn't have this information before they entered into another cycle. It's sometimes necessary for us to gain a perspective. And they've gained it. Like it's like almost stings a little bit. The reality, they are curious about what you're up to. I feel like this is in complete separation. They're curious about what you're up to. They want information about that. They want closure in the very least. They're wondering how you feel in relation to them. And we have the Six of Wands. We also have the High Priestess and the Seven of Wands. Spirit says that you are very aware of the obstacles here. That none of this is going to come as a surprise to you when it talks about the determination that's required to create change. And they're also speaking about your heart space and love. Like you, I feel like you love this person. And I feel like they love you. I feel like there's a mutual love here that's almost stems from innocence. It's like it formed in the most purest form of love because you formed it when you were coming of age or you formed it when you were young and you didn't have the experiences, the positions, all of that you didn't have it at that point. So we were ill-equipped to recognize that type of love that existed in this connection in the past. But it pales in comparison to the contrast that perhaps both of you have experienced moving forward here. Now, the truth is in your pile 3, we have the Three of Coins here in the future position, and they are speaking about foundations. Again, you can see it's a merry-go-round. We just perhaps keep circulating in a karmic circle. So there could be karmic connections that are getting in the way of future progress. And Spirit is indicating that, nothing changes if nothing changes. There is a feeling of not yet, I can't yet, now's not the time. And this could be coming from your higher self as well. So there's a mutual understanding of like, now is not the time. We recognize that now is not the time. But this pain, this heartbreak that we feel, it could be temporary. Here at the Eight of Wands, there is this pressure that we feel to communicate. There's this pressure that we feel for momentum, and the pressure that we feel is trying to give us a kick or a boost in the right direction. Now we do have the Knight of Wands here, supporting the Ten of Cups. And you can see this wave of emotion. Inside is a sailboat that's all red and white, which is my symbol of a fear of loss. And that's my fear. This person has this fear of letting you go. They're afraid of it. It's like you may be afraid of walking away, or walking away from this connection, or closing the door on it, and be afraid of losing this person as well. But Spirit says no matter what path we choose, we have to choose a path and we have to take action. If we want to see progress for ourselves, if we want to see progress in this connection, especially, something has to give. And I don't know that this person has the confidence to bring the clarity, the closure. I don't feel like they have that ability to bring forward in this moment because of foundations, because they perhaps don't even know if they have your support in this moment. So either way, Spirit says action has to be taken, because no matter what path we choose here, we are allowing distractions to stop us from movement. So if we are staying put in this connection, or if this person's staying put towards you, then we are allowing distractions in our practical realms to stop us from plowing through or pushing through the obstacles. If we choose to walk away, this is the distraction that might be getting in the way of further progress for us. And so either way, we have to do some effort. We have to put in some effort towards movement. Should you wait or move on, please, Spirit? You have the Ace of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands. I feel like you are going to wait. That's what I feel like. Ten of Wands. Yeah, there's the Devil energy. And here's the Death energy. And there's the Queen of Swords, the Queen of ray guns. Now, the Queen of Swords could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You don't have to be, of course. We have a lot of Taurus here, actually, for the Divine Masculine in the present moment. They are saying that nothing changes if nothing changes. This Death energy, something has to come to a close for us, whether it be the obstacles that we feel like are holding us back, our fear cycles, the lack of communication, the lack of clarity. Something has to give. There is a feeling of attachment here, and usually when the Devil shows up, Spirit says it's not good for us to maintain this cycle. It may not even be that the connection itself is bad for us, but it's not good for us to maintain this type of cycle in this moment. So they are encouraging us to spend some time reflecting upon how long have we been waiting? What actions can we take to create more clarity or closure in the very least here? Because confidence will be the key to your success regardless. Confidence is the key to success. Now with this Six of, again, I feel like both of you you equally don't have the confidence in this moment to bring it forward. So they don't necessarily see things changing until somebody changes them in this moment. Now, the Queen of Swords, she has a couple of options as to how she wants to shift things. She can communicate how she feels in this environment. She can communicate how she feels to her higher self, and she can exercise that energy out of herself, bear witness to her own disappointment, and then cut people, places, and things out of her life that are no longer serving her. She can just observe the energy and continue to perhaps observe a stagnation, and the extra information ultimately will speak to inner wisdom codes that will inspire further action and change. Either way, they are encouraging us to embrace this independent energy, to embrace the distractions so that we can focus on our fear of loss and how it could be keeping us in a cycle that is stagnant in this moment. And not because, again, there's not connection, and not because there isn't potential. It's just we can't put all of our hopes and expectations on the actions and the intentions of others. And this person is almost looking to you to clarity. And I feel like you're looking to them to clarity. And because we're both sitting and looking at each other, we're not seeing a lot of progress in the future of this connection. So let's get advice from your guides about what you can expect if you chose to move on here. What can pile 3 expect if they chose to move on in their love cycles? We do have the Devil and the 6 of Swords. Now, again, there could be a mutual attachment. 2 people could be working on towers here. So if you chose to sort of embrace the present moment, embrace movement, you could just still be in some type of connection. And here's the Lovers. Hanged Man and the 8 of Wands. So in this case for you, pile 3, I do feel like both of you are in very mutual situations. And that's why movement for you just means embracing the present energy, or embracing temperance, embracing finding joy in the journey, and going towards this person, taking an action towards this person would perhaps cause some upheaval or some major change in your life that you may not feel prepared for in this moment. If you are waiting for this person to reach out to you or to create some sort of momentum, Spirit says you may end up waiting as well, although they too have every capability of acting within the present moment to create change for the future. So they say that if you chose to move on from this connection, especially if you're moving on from the feeling of this connection, but you're still in an attachment yourself, Spirit says a lot of this energy just continues to influence. We have to surrender to some type of decision or some type of choice and the momentum that carries us, but we still feel that connection quite heavily. So in this case, they are calling for some type of clearance for growth. And this clearance could include conversations between the 2 of you. They're also encouraging us to be critically honest with ourselves about the positions that we hold, and whether or not we need to make adjustments or create clearance so that we can have space for energy to move into if we did decide to take action towards this person. Advice, please, for pile number 3. They just say that in this moment, for this is a very complicated pile for pile 3, because the wait has been painful. But moving on doesn't feel like we're heading towards freedom. It feels like we're just trying to release the attachment of the emotion, because we may not have freedom to grow, or we may be in an attachment ourselves. We do have self-care. It's time to tend to your garden, no matter what condition you find yourself in. Spirit says that they want you to turn your focus back towards yourself, because there's a monopoly for you. Your gaze is being monopolized to this person, and I feel like your gaze is also monopolized to your environment and all of the responsibilities that are on your shoulders. And we have courage. When picking the roses, do not fear the thorns. Back of the deck says, make time for the little things today that bring you joy and bring you self-care. They're also speaking about the hummingbird and bridging our focus back to joy. That once we start to apply self-care and we start to really make ourselves and our own energy field a priority, we may feel the inspiration and the encouragement and the determination to create the change in our environments that are really necessary to see change in this connection. It's never a guarantee that the other energy is going to have the capacity to meet us equally, but it definitely gets you out of some type of a rut that you may feel like you're in this moment. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. Advice for pile number 3 in the bowl. Or move on. We have the Hanged Man reversed. Somebody doesn't want to look like a traitor here in this situation. And it feels pretty mutual. It could be 2 people here that don't want to feel like traitors in their own environments, but they're also a feeling of like being a traitor to each other. And it's a bit of a victim mentality that does come in that creates a hesitation and makes us feel unable to move. So we may be applying the experiences of other people to the decision that we have to make for ourselves. In the bowl today, we have V, T, and O. Just heard Toronto. We have Z and I. We have the Star of Aquarius. They are encouraging us to start the healing process. And the Black Star, because they're talking about some depression or anxiety that comes in from the Divine Feminine. We have W. And that's why they want you to start to focus on your own inner healing first, because everything else comes out of that heart space. We also have the Bananas. I think of financial energy. So you may be concerned about financial positions, or position or finances may be a factor when it comes to moving yourself out of your current realm. We have Infinity of the Strength, Leo. We also have the Knight of Pentacles, slow moving energy. And we have the Seahorse. I think of surrender, but I also think of family. So family matters. They're also talking about the opportunity to communicate, but I feel like the Divine Feminine may be responsible to bring that forward. All right, pile number 3, that's what I had for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.